Yoga practice will focus mainly on the hips with a little bit of shoulders. So, excellent for an athlete stretch after a workout, especially runners, cyclists, but really great for anyone, especially if you're spending a lot of time sitting in chairs. The hips get tight, right? So you can kind of assess your relationship with your hips now by noticing where your knees are in relationship to your hips and sitting propped up or in some position that allows your knees to be lower than your hips. And we'll notice what that relationship of knees to hips is after practice. See if it's any different. Might need to do this more than once to receive the benefits, though. Also, you might notice your mood throughout practice. Some people say that anger is stored in your hips. So if you feel angry during this practice, could be that you are letting go of some stored anger. So it could just be too that some of these positions are challenging. Always remembering to honor your body, what's right for your own body. Our bodies all have different stories, and what's right for my body isn't necessarily right for your body. So follow your breath, breathe into it, and recognize there are a lot of muscles around the hips that are involved here. So some things might feel really good, other things not so much. Let's move to a lying down position. And again, you always can have a cushion handy, a block handy, a strap handy just to grab if you ever need it. For your lying down position, you might like to put that cushion underneath the upper legs or along the spine. Take this time to bring yourself here. To completely feel your entire physical body. You might have your hands resting on your belly. Or on your ribs as you're settling into your breathing, into a little light ujjayi breathing if you can. Lifting a little the pelvic floor and pulling the navel in. Noticing how that slight muscular effort protects the low back, brings your breath up to the rib cage. Engage those whisper muscles. Beautiful sound of ocean waves, gently rolling with the wave of the in-breath and the out-breath. Whether you're comfortable with that rhythm of Ujjayi breathing or still settling in to just a natural, maybe a little longer than normal, steady in and out. The most important thing is that you're breathing with some awareness. Don't worry about getting it right. There is no wrong, so however you're breathing, it's right. Start to move fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles, and circle through everything. You can keep your eyes closed all the way or part way until you feel naturally ready to open them. Lift that right leg up. You might slide your cushion out if you have one underneath you. Lift that right leg up and press your low back down into the floor. Really press out through the backs of the legs. And then release the right leg down. Let it relax. Flop your toes in and out, back and forth, windshield wiper. Press your belly into the floor. Lift the left leg up. Just a little bit off the floor, but take it higher if you can't keep your low back down while you're doing that. Exhale, release that left leg down. Relax the legs in and out. And I'm bringing your right leg in, right knee bends. You can hold on to the leg if you like. Circling through the ankle again in both directions. And circling through the knee. Not skipping this, but moving the knee in all directions. Notice that doesn't really do much at the knee, but it starts to wake up at the hip. Might take the leg back and forth a little bit, and then just let the right leg open out to the side. Stopping wherever it's comfortable, no need to take that right knee to the floor. Bring the right knee back to the center. Let your right foot rest on your left leg and take the right knee across the body. Little spinal twist. But more than twisting, lengthening, getting long along that right side. Come back to the center as you breathe in and extend the right leg out along the floor, bringing the left knee in toward the chest. Hands around if you like as you circle through the ankle. One way and the other way. You might go back and forth a little bit. And then at the knee. And again, you want to move in a way that's comfortable for your hips. So if you have, little joints, little cracks and pops in joints are okay. And they typically feel good, release synovial fluid. Sometimes there's like rolling in the hip that doesn't feel so good. So find a different motion for the hip. Move that knee back and forth a little bit. And then let it open out to the left, out to the side. Again, not trying to get anywhere, not trying to get open to the floor. If you do that, you're likely to pop everything up. We want to keep that right leg, right hip flexor long. Breathe in, come to the center. Breathe out, taking the knee across your body to wherever it's comfortable. Might go all the way to the floor, might not. If you can, pressing your shoulder down toward the floor so that you're lengthening all along that left side of the body. You might be looking up or you might be looking over your shoulder. Breathe in, back in toward the center. Bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Maybe move side to side over the lower back or in a little circle around all those muscles kind of on that bony ridge in the back, around the sacrum, if it feels good. And then going into a figure four stretch, taking your right ankle just above the left knee. And for some bodies, it's going to feel like plenty of stretch to have the left foot on the floor with that right ankle crossed above the left knee. Other bodies are going to be here and be like, I don't really feel much in my body here. I need a little more. So if that's the case, bring everything in towards you. You could wrap your hands around the back of your thigh, maybe even around the outside of your left shin. So that comfortable breathing, comfortable amount of stretch. Letting that lower left leg just kind of hang out. Take the left foot to the floor and then keep the right leg crossed. See if you can shift everything over to the left and do a little twist again, only might feel a little different this time. If it doesn't feel good, go back up towards center. Might feel a little interesting, getting a little length lower down toward the hips. Come back into the center and switch sides. Take the right foot to the floor, the left ankle across, and again, you can keep right foot on the floor. That feels like plenty to you, or if you need more, bring it in. Allowing yourself to relax into this as much as possible. Your body receiving the posture. We don't want to kind of just flop around, but just the right amount of work, working in the right places. Relaxing other things like your jaw. Take the right foot to the floor and then let everything cross over toward that right side, staying in that figure four position if you can. Just breathe. Breathing in, come back to the center. Breathing out, bringing your knees in towards your chest again. Breathing out, you might even scoop up your nose towards your knees. And breathe in, come out halfway. Breathe out, hugging in. Breathe in, halfway. Breathe out and hug in. Breathe in, relax your head, neck, and shoulders down. And you might just bring your knees in towards your chest. You might move in toward happy baby, taking bottoms of your feet to face up toward the sky and reaching your hands, either grabbing the legs, pushing knees toward the floor, Or if you can reach your instep on your feet, grabbing the feet. And from here, just like a happy baby, you might gently rock side to side if it feels good on your back. Enjoying a little massage, feeling like a happy baby. And then rest back at center. Bring the bottoms of your feet together and take your feet to the floor. You might feel comfortable allowing your knees to fall apart, to flop open. Just feeling that in the hips and all those muscles around the hips. Take a couple breaths here. Breathing in, bring your knees back together and bring them in towards you. You could roll over onto your side and slowly work your way up to sit, or you could rock back and forth if you're feeling a little energetic or if it feels good on those muscles along the sides of your spine. To get a little different massage until you want to come all the way up. Cross your legs, give yourself a little lift, work your way over. Coming to all fours and then stretching the hips back into child's pose. Hands reaching forward. You might rest your head or chin, or turn your head to one side, or just keep it lined up with your spine and arms. Breathing, sending your hips back. Inhale, lifting up to all fours, tucking toes under and lifting up through the hips, pressing back to downward facing dog. Just a few reminders, if your wrists are bothering you still, you could be on your forearms here or stay in child's pose. And you might check out in front of a mirror and just make sure that you're not more like this in child's pose. You might also need to move your hands or feet a little closer together. So you want to get that weight back towards your heels. Heels may not touch in down dog. That's okay. Depends on your hamstring flexibility, but what you want to do is get weight back toward your hips. Breathe. Breathe in, walk your feet forward, looking up. Breathe out, fold, tuck yourself in. Breathe in, look up and lift all the way up. Breathe out, bringing your hands back along your sides. And breathing in, reaching your arms up again for a sun salutation A. Breathing out as you fold in. Breathe in as you lift halfway up. Breathing out, working your way down, step back. Lowering floor or push up. Don't skimp on this exhale out. You can lower all the way down. That other option to upward dog, cobra pose, you could do on your forearms like a baby cobra. Breathe in, try that. Breathe out, relax down. You could also bring your hands back along your chest and have your elbows up and lift up into a little bigger cobra. Inhale, slithering up a little more. Belly still down, heart lifting. Shoulders squeezing back. Exhale, lower down. Upward dog, downward dog, so challenging. Tuck your toes under. You can work into upward dog here if you like. When we do upward dog, really working to push our hips forward on that inhale toward the wrists. And hands are lined up with your chest, not forward, trying to push up. That puts too much pressure in your upper back. So you want hands right by the chest. And inhale, lift up, push your hips forward, look up. Nice long curve in the back. You could have knees down or legs strong and lifting up. Exhale, you can drop your knees, press back to downward facing dog. You can do down dog or child's pose, or if you're feeling a little fancy, I was gonna say a little more like you need a little something today, you could bend that right knee, bring it in towards your nose, and breathe in and reach it toward the sky. Breathe out, bend the knee, roll your hip open toward the ceiling, look under your right armpit. Only if you like. Exhale, take that right foot down. If you did the right side, try the left side. Always going to child's pose if you need to. Knee toward your nose as you breathe out. Breathe in, foot to the sky. Breathe out, bend the knee, roll your hip open behind you. Look under your armpit. Come back to the floor. Breathe in, walking forward, looking up. Breathe out, fold, tuck in. Breathe in, all the way back up. Breathe out, equal standing. Little sun salute B variation before we move into some more work down low on the hips. Inhale, sit back, reach your arms up. Exhale, folding forward, tucking in. Inhale, look up, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down, lower, push up or the floor, don't skimp. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Right foot stepping up. Inhale, lift all the way up. Warrior one. Take a breath in and out. And inhale again. Exhale, open, warrior two. Right arm right over that right leg. Breathe in and out. Peaceful warrior. Right arm reaching up. Left arm down the back of the leg. Breathing in and out. In again. And out. Hands coming down toward the floor. Step back and lower down. Breathe in, up dog. Out, back to down dog. Left foot coming forward. Inhale, working warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, back and lower, nice and slow. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Breathing here or go to child's pose. If you're having trouble getting your hips pushed back, step in just about an inch. Bend the knees and then push back. Breathe in, walk your feet forward. Look up. Breathe out, folding in. Breathe in, sit back, reach up. Breathe out, equal standing. Working from sun salutation B into our hips, strengthening and stretching. Inhale, sit back and reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, press back. Step your right foot forward up toward your right hand. You can come up onto your fingertips. Really engage through both legs. Kind of in a little low lunge here. You can come up on to your right knee. If you like, drop your left knee down. You can stay upright and always put something under your knee if you need to, or keep the back knee lifted. You can take your hands to the floor if that feels good. You might even, if you're feeling like you need a little more, come down onto your forearms here. Notice where you can breathe. Breathe in, walk your hands back a little bit, coming up. Breathing out, pigeon pose. This can be an excellent hip stretch. You can also flip over onto your back here if it bothers your knees at all or doesn't feel good. And you can do that figure 4 stretch that we did on our backs. If this is feeling okay, you're gonna kind of heel toe, walk your foot over toward your other hand and lay your shin on the ground so it's almost parallel behind the front edge of your yoga mat. And then let the heel come toward the front of the left hip. The closer the heel is toward the front of the left hip, the less stretch you'll have here. So if you need more, take your foot back out. So from here, you could stay upright right here, or you could come down onto your forearms. Some of you might even feel like you want to relax all the way down, which is fine as long as you're not kind of lopsided in your hips and sinking. Try and keep your hips level. A little bit of strength. If you're lower down, breathe in, walk your hands in, and shift your weight so you come over onto this right leg. And you're gonna sweep your left leg around. I'm gonna turn, but you can stay straight. So you're gonna sweep that left leg around. Your plan A, this is half Lord of the Fishes. Plan A is that the left knee is kind of square with the left side of your chest. If that feels really easy, you could try stepping the left foot over the right leg. You want to try and keep both sides of your butt down though. You don't want to kind of lean up at all or sit on the foot. So if that happened when you took that foot over, step it back to the front. The next thing we do with this is add in a little twist. Hug that right leg in, reach your left arm back behind, look over the left shoulder. And breathe in and out, opening the chest. Breathe in and look forward. Breathe out, release. You can relax that left foot and extend it out in front of you. I'm going to turn again just for visibility here, but you can stay facing the same direction. So with your left foot or right foot against your left thigh, you can reach forward and just see where you can grab on that left leg to kind of roll your heart open toward the ceiling. And you might even reach your right arm behind you. If you feel like you could try going lower. For left forearm to the floor, right arm maybe reaching over, see if it can find that foot. If not, reaching wherever you're feeling a good stretch through the side body. Might even take your hand to your ribs. A few more breaths, roll your heart open. Breathe in and sit up. Bend the left knee just so that it's out in front of you. Put your left hand on the floor so you can lean your weight there. Take your right ankle with your right hand to bring that leg behind you, just to the point where you're feeling a good stretch down the front of the quadriceps. Heel coming towards your buttock. And then taking that right leg across the left. So this may or may not be comfortable for you. If you are comfortable stacking right knee on top of left, you can do that. It's also just as effective to cross your legs, or you could sit on a book or a block or something, a brick, just sit on it to lift you up a little higher, which again helps with the knees being a little more relaxed. So if you are sitting cross-legged, cross right leg in front of left, or if you're sitting with the knees stacked, the right knee is on top. Either way, I'm going to sit here for a moment. This is cow face pose. If you extend your arms out and tuck your chin, you can kind of see how it makes that long forehead and top of the cow's head. Breathe in, release your hands, reach your right arm up in the air. Drop your right hand down your back. Left hand to your right elbow to help your right fingertips reach down your spine. Staying right here is an excellent place to be. You also might release that left hand and reach it up your back. See if you can make little hooks with your fingers if your hands join together. If not, don't force it. This is really an excellent place to be, where you're helping yourself receive the benefits. Release that and can uncross your legs and work your way through a vinyasa. So coming to all fours, can lift up off the knees if you like to work on the push-up position, lowering, exhale. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Starting that all over on the other side with the left foot stepping up. Again, you can stay up in this low lunge, coming up onto your fingertips or even up higher. Go where you feel the benefits, and if you get to a place, like if you take that knee down, it doesn't feel good, lift back up. If you like, taking hands to the floor, maybe both inside the knee, and if you need more, coming down onto the forearms. Walk your hands in, and again, pigeon, which you can flip over and do on your back. And meet us in the next posture, or heel toe. Walk your left foot over to the right side. Adjust the angle, heel coming in closer for a little more ease. And deciding if you want to stay upright or work down onto your forearms. Hips level as you breathe in and out here. Breathing in, walk your hands back up. Ease over onto that left upper leg and hip, and then stepping right foot either right out in front of you or across the body, only if you can keep the hips grounded. Hugging right leg in with left arm, looking over the right shoulder. Sit up as tall as you can, ground down through the sitting bones. Breathe in and look forward. Breathe out. Extend that right leg out for gate pose, Parigasana. You're going to put that left foot along the right thigh. Same thing here. You can reach forward with the right arm for the leg. Turn your heart open. Maybe reach back. And then find the place where you're comfortable reaching forward and extending the arm over. You press down again through the hips and reach out of the arms opposite direction. It's going to be different on each side, probably. Breathe in and sit up. Bend that right knee. Prop yourself on the right hand. Taking the left ankle, bringing the heel toward the buttock. Supporting yourself gently with that arm. Breathing in and out. And cow face pose here. Bring the left leg in front to cross, to sit, however it works. But left leg in front if you can, or left knee on top if they're stacked. Take a few breaths here. Breathe in, head up. Breathe out, reach the left arm up this time. Drop the hand down your back. Right hand helps at the elbow. You're pressing your head back a little bit, really strengthening through the neck. Excellent for all the time we spend looking kind of downward at screens with our neck in the opposite position. If you like, carefully work to make little hooks with your fingers, joining the hands behind you, or stay helping at your elbow. I know it's really bright behind me. I hope the sunlight is more of an inspiration than a distraction. It's the space I have. Release, maybe reach your hands back behind you and uncrossing the legs, rolling over the legs. Step back, lower yourself, push up, inhale up, exhale, pressing back. And inhale, walking your feet towards your hands to move to a lying down position. So bridge pose, lying on your back. Another excellent position to work on the hip flexors. As you press down through the low back and peel yourself up, bringing those arms underneath, wiggling as much as you like to open through the shoulders and upper back as well. Really pushing up through the hips, backs of the legs working. Exhale. Release down onto your back and taking that figure four stretch again. So bending the right knee, right ankle, left thigh. You could stay here or pull it in towards you. Take a few breaths here. Shifting to the other side. Figure four with left ankle over the right thigh just above the knee. Release that, bending your knees in towards your chest, taking the bottoms of the feet, a little bit of happy baby. Of course, you can grab anywhere on the legs for this if taking the feet doesn't feel good. Starting to slow yourself down. Bring the bottoms of the feet together, taking the feet to the floor, letting the knees relax open. Again, for some of us, it's not going to feel good on our bodies. You can actually do the complete opposite as well, bringing the knees together and the feet apart. See which one feels better, and take a couple breaths there. Bring your knees back to center if they're opened out. Maybe extending your legs, putting your cushion underneath them for a little rest. Taking time to just sink down, to melt, to breathe. And stretching hands and feet. And moving a little bigger. Be reaching the arms up overhead, nice and long. You might want to squeeze in one more time, knees toward the chest. And rolling yourself to the side. Working your way up to sit, just like we did in the beginning. If you were on a cushion, see if you can recreate how you were sitting. And notice the relationship between your hips and your knees, how everything feels. Namaste. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the light. My light sees your light and is grateful and appreciative. This would also be a good time now that you've gotten comfortable, hopefully a little bit more in through your hips and legs and lower body. So it'd be an excellent time to sit for a meditation or concentration practice. So that would be my suggestion, would be to sit for 10 or 15 minutes after a practice like this.